Are you skeptical about the impact of AI? Well, many Americans agree with you. That's according to a fresh new study from the Pew Research Center. Take a look. 40% of U.S. adults believe artificial intelligence will have a negative impact on the future of society. And just 16%, as you see there, say it will have a positive effect. Still, AI use among Americans is growing. That same survey shows nearly half of adults in the U.S. have used AI chatbots. That's up from 33% just 2 years ago. And maybe you've seen some of this footage at graduations across the country. We've seen students protesting against speakers who are pro-AI. This video is from Stanford University this week, where some students walked out of the ceremony. Our partners at BBC News report they were protesting the Google CEO's speech, and some students had signs with slogans about AI and ICE. Eric So is a Sloan Distinguished Professor at MIT and the author of the upcoming book, The Collision, What AI Does to Us. And he joins us now with more on this sentiment and the study. Eric, good morning. So what do you make of this notion that Americans are still using AI at an increasing amount, even though they feel it will have a negative outcome on society?
Great. Good morning, Errol. Thanks for having me. I would say that some people look at the survey results as an indication that people are using AI and yet skeptical of its impact as a source of hypocrisy. I think the broader framing should be that this is a reflection of pressure from multiple angles. One source of that pressure is simply from corporations and managers who are putting pressure on young people and certainly other employees to use AI to justify their more expenditures in AI. But it's also a simple reflection of the fact that much of our society operates on the basis of relative comparison. Think of like curve grading systems or competitions where you and I are competing for the same job. And in those cases, imagine suspecting that your competitors are using AI to get ahead, to do more, to move faster. True, false, I'm not even sure that it matters. The simple possibility that my competitor is using AI puts enormous pressure on me to do so in kind. So part of what you're seeing is increased uses, in part because people feel enormous pressure to do so, even if they themselves are not optimistic about its impact.
And it's almost impossible to avoid. I had some questions for a credit card company yesterday, and I was on the phone with them, and they still encouraged me to use their AI chatbot simultaneously, which eventually, I assume, connected me to a human. But the data shows that younger people are more pessimistic about AI's impact on society. And we're seeing this kind of sentiment at graduations when AI is mentioned. What's driving that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems from the fact that the way that AI is being used and people are being pressured to use AI is robbing people of many of the formative experiences in their 20s that will make them valuable in their 40s. One of the topics I cover in my forthcoming book, The Collision, is simply that too often people are using AI to skip the struggle that it helps encode information, to give them the experience and the insight that will allow them to advance in their career. And so part of what you're seeing is simple reflection of the fact that people feel that they themselves are not setting themselves up for a brighter future. It's also a reflection of the fact that people want to feel that they themselves are secure and have clarity on their future. And the growth of AI is simply overwhelming for so many people in terms of the pace of progress, but also a simple reflection of the fact that for so much of human history, human-level intelligence was our most scarce resource, our most defensible advantage. It was why we were paid the salaries that we are. And now AI is increasingly commoditizing that. It's being mass-produced in a way that really causes us to question what's going to make us valuable in the future.
Yeah, it's understandable, but I like what you said there, that sometimes we get insight from the struggle. Perhaps we don't use the AI systems as much as we are encouraged to. Eric So, great to speak with you about this new study. Thanks for your time today.